Yo, what's going on internet? So I got a new sprayer. Check this out. It is the Graco Ultra Quickshot. It is Graco's new model. It's like a mix between a handheld sprayer and a traditional sort of gallon sprayer that you sit on the ground. And it is one of the most amazing sprayers that I have ever used. I basically invested in it. So this is not a paid ad or a sponsorship, anything like that. I actually paid $1,500 for this sprayer. Yes, $1,500. I saw it as an investment. So today I'm gonna do a review on this and sort of just share the features, mainly because I tested it out and I actually brought this on a recent gig that I had in Canada to test it out just to see how it works in the field, especially when traveling, because I do a lot of traveling, so I need a sprayer that can go with me. And I made many videos talking about previous sprayers that I used in the past on projects, but this brand new model beats them all, except for really large projects that require tens of gallons of paint. This is mainly made for small and medium-sized projects. So right out the box, when you see it, it's a very small, compact, sleek design that has a handheld feature on it, but I like that it's battery powered, which is great. And it comes with two 2-amp-hour batteries, and each battery will probably take you between 1.5 to 2 gallons of paint, but I invested in two 6-amp-hour batteries so that I can last an entire project without having to run out of battery power. What's cool about these 6-amp-hour batteries is that I'm able to travel on a plane with it, put it in my carry-on. Even though they're lithium-ion batteries, they're below the 121 watt-hour limit, so you are able to carry these on a plane. It has a detachable 1-quart sort of container that also has a lid that you can sort of use to screw on to sort of make sure the paint doesn't dry out, but it holds about 1 quart, which is great because other sort of traditional sprayers, it needs about half a gallon to operate because a lot of that paint is in the pump, it's also in the hose. But this one, because the hose is about 6 feet long and it's gravity fed, it basically can operate on 1 quart of paint. It can actually operate on 8 ounces of paint that I found out. So I poured a little bit of paint in there and it was still operating. And that's another great thing, mainly because it's gravity fed. You're not wasting time priming this pump all the time, so you're able to change colors really fast, especially if you're an artist that does a lot of color work and sort of changing colors and blending. You're able to just throw paint in there and actually just keep the sprayer going. Like I said before, it has a 6-foot long hose that has the wires and the paint going to the electronic trigger. So all the electronics are in this trigger. There's no on-off switch. So basically the pressure sensitivity is also on the trigger as well. So you're able to go from high pressure to low pressure just by moving your thumb and turning up or down that pressure sensitivity. So I found that to be really convenient, and it comes with 2 different tips. It has the FFLP tip, that's 210, which is for like narrow sprays, and it has a FFLP 514, which is for wider sprays. It sprays interior paints, exterior paints, primers, stains, solvent-based paint, and it comes with an attachment so that you can ground the sprayer as well. And you spray all these different materials without having to dilute it, which means the motor that they use is really powerful. Another feature that they have is that they have this handle for you to actually go around and hold this while you're spraying with the other hand. And it also has a belt attachment so that when you're spraying, you can have both hands available. You can actually hook this handle onto this belt attachment so that you're hands-free and you're able to just focus on spraying. I found this to be a great feature, but also annoying as well. So I didn't use it a lot, mainly because when you have it on your hip, sometimes the way you angle your hip can sort of like tell the sprayer, hey, you don't have enough paint. When you actually do, it's because of the way you're angling your hip. And I had to sort of angle my hip a different way. So I didn't use this feature a lot, but it's something that I think can be convenient for those that really want to make sure that they have both their hands free while they're doing their sort of artwork, their mural, their job, whatever. One of the best features about this sprayer is that it reduces one of the biggest headaches of owning a sprayer, and that is the cleanup process. It is extremely easy to clean this sprayer. Because it's small and compact, you don't have as much paint to clean up because the hose is smaller. There's a lot less paint to actually flush out. So really, I was able to clean this sprayer in about 5 minutes. And that's important mainly because you're running on battery, so you don't want to use half the battery to actually just clean up. So it's really easy to just take off the container and flush out all that paint from the system and just throw that pump armor in there when you're about to store the sprayer for long periods of time or just in between projects. So this one right here, I believe to be one of the easiest sprayers I've had when it comes to the cleanup process. So overall, just the mobility of this sprayer, the ability to use it without having to have an outlet or a generator, the ease of use, the cleanup process, for me, this is one of the best sprayers that I've ever used, and I would definitely suggest it for other artists and creatives that don't want to waste a ton of paint, that just want to use a sprayer that just gets the job done. So for me, it was well worth the investment. It's about $1,300 to $1,600 depending on where you're at. And basically, I would say build this into the budget of your next project, because you can have the client pay for this, because it's going to make the job that much more efficient and easier to get done. So hopefully you'll like this review, this sort of talk through of this new piece of Graco equipment, this new model of sprayer, and you like the sort of visuals of me testing it out on this garage door and this actual project that I did in Nova Scotia in Canada. It worked out really well, and that's why I'm like, what, I really want to keep this sprayer. I don't want to send it back at all. So I'm just going to keep this and hopefully use it for a long period of time. So I'm going to have a few other sort of updates and reviews based off of long period performance, and see if there's any troubleshooting, anything that breaks down. So stay tuned, but hopefully, like I said, you like this video, and I will see you next time. Peace.